Shalom, Israel. And we're going to start off with Colossians 3:13. Bear with each other and forgive one another. If any of you has a grievance against someone, forgive as the Lord forgave you. There is one thing, Israel, in calling ourselves friends, and then there's another thing in actually being friends. We keep making problems with each other with the things we constantly do. We make problems when we assume things about each other, and when we talk sideways instead of directly addressing our brother and asking them straightforward, what do you mean by this? Or here's where I believe you went wrong. With every problem, you have to come straight forward, whether you're in public or private. It is always better to address the person directly about the situation or whatever problem you have. Because if you go through other people, it can always turn into something more than what it actually is. He say, she say, ever since I could remember. We all have a bad habit of spreading gossip about each other to put each other down, and then adding our own spin on it to make things sound even more worse than what it actually is. That's why when there is an issue with a particular person, it's best to go to that particular person. And it's best we don't talk behind each other's backs. It is best that we figure out anything, if we figure out anything about a person, you keep that between you and that person. And if what that person is doing is wrong, then you admonish them directly. Now, as for online, let's say somebody makes a video getting a scripture wrong or clearly stating something wrong, then yes, you address them even if it's public to the world and you admonish them. But don't kick your brother down in the dirt. Admonishment does not mean to look down upon your brother. And I'm reading admonition definition. Definition of admonition is firm warning or reprimand. And a definition of warning is a statement or event that indicates a possible or impending danger, problem, or other unpleasant situations. And reprimand, since the meaning of admonition is warning or reprimand, then the definition of reprimand is a rebuke, an act or expression of criticism and censure. And the definition of censure is express severe disapproval of someone or something. So yes, as we should strongly disapprove of any transgressions against the Most High. And considering that the person's soul is at stake of burning in the fire for eternity, then we need to be as serious with them as possible and do our best to get our brother back on the right track. But it's not saying to go gossip or to hate your brother. You admonish them out of love because you want them to go back to God. But you don't add on to the admonition with underlining hate or mockery or with your own evil opinions about it, because then it becomes a judgment. When the only thing you need to judge is their actions by the book of God of what God said do or don't do. To me, this is where we are going wrong a lot. We easily turn against each other when we don't like something about each other, instead of trying to resolve it and fix the problem. And when we are admonished, we get mad and think the admonishment is hate, when it is the love to save you from the fire. And like Rap used to say, one main thing we have a hard time doing is communication. When a problem happens, we just all go our separate ways and talk behind each other's backs, but pretend everything is fine when a person comes until they leave again. Then you back to talking behind their back. And like he said, we got to stop doing that. Instead of hiding and being sneaky, why not be truthful and real with each other? Why not, if you're thinking something about your brother, why not address them directly? Yeah, we may be scared of making problems or making the person upset or uncomfortable, but God is not afraid to punish us or throw us in the fire. We have to worry about that day, not now. And we have to look out for each other even if the person gets upset, which we shouldn't when we are admonished. We need to grow up out of that and stop acting like a bunch of kids who wants to do everything their way. And sometimes, Israel, we may be thinking certain things and it's not the case. Sometimes things that each other do may appear to be evil or wicked, or with a bad and ill intent, and it's not at all. We all have different lives and different things we are going through, and different ways we were taught how to deal and cope in situations. And we were even taught certain ways we should talk or address certain issues. And yeah, in some things or in a lot of things, we were taught wrong and backwards, and we just have to learn a better way. And that's why we have the scriptures, so we could all be on one accord. But then there are stuff we say we don't even mean to throw jabs or to hurt anyone's feelings or to pick a fight. It's just either we are speaking this truth, the truth of the scriptures, or sometimes talking about things from our own life experiences. And that's why, as much as we can, we should explain ourselves. Whether we know it or not, talking is very crucial and important in friendships and relationships with each other. It is very essential, which means absolutely necessary. Even something as small as letting people get to know things about yourself that may be off topic to the scriptures, like what you do every day, what you like to do, or if you got a project you're working on. It's all good as long as you're not doing nothing wrong. It is okay to talk and get to know each other as well. It builds a bigger bond between us, trust me. That's why sometimes my father, when he made videos and when he sat down and talked to us, he used to always say what's on his mind, because he wanted to build that bond. And he also said it's good to know what others' opinions are on what you think about, whether they agree or disagree. But our thoughts anyways should lean towards righteousness. If it's negativity or wrong, then you should not be thinking that. You should do away with those wicked thoughts, like I stated in the last video. Yet still, my father used to say, don't keep problems and ill thoughts in your mind. If you're struggling with things in your mind, or you even need help resolving something that's been on your mind, then talk about it to somebody. And like he said, don't wait until all your problems pile up and then one day you just explode. Whatever it may be, we talk and we can resolve it. And everybody can pray for you if you're struggling with anything, even your bad habits. Pray that God gives you the strength to stop your wrongs. Stop falling, for the temptations. But you gotta want to stop falling for the temptations first. Talk, Israel. Let's stop assuming. Let's stop gossiping. Let's stop holding grudges and problems. Just talk. You'll notice things will get better in your life if you get that burden off your chest when you resolve and let go. Let it out. But whatever you do and say, Israel, let it be kind. Let it be peaceful. Treat each person like how you want to be treated. And we all don't like when people throw jabs at you or have something nasty and wicked to say about you or your character. So why do we do it? We should really stop that and grow up now, Israel. It's time to grow spiritually. This is heaven. And I hope everyone's having a good day. Shalom.